Gentleman from Texas, Mr. Paul, is recognized for 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I ask unanimous consent to revise and extend my remarks.
Without objection, so.
I rise today in opposition to H.R. 36. It's very clear to me that we should be doing nothing in the way of funding international birth control and family planning. If one were to look for the authority for this, it would be very difficult to find it written in the Constitution that that would be a proper function for U.S. taxpayers to be obligated to participate in such a program. So very clearly a no vote on the H.R. 36 would be a correct and proper vote. I have more problems with the second vote on H.R. 585. Because if one is concerned about being a fiscal conservative and following the rules of the Constitution, one might ask how many more dollars of taxpayers' money will be used if H.R. 581 passes. And the best answer I can come up with is that instead of the $215 billion spent that the president would get if he has his way, we would add that and have $385 million. In contrast, if we did nothing, if we voted down both of these proposals, it is my opinion that then the spending would be limited to $92 million. The question rises here, well, what's a couple dollars doing some program that's unconstitutional if we can get some language in there that might do some good? Being a strong Right to Life member of the Right to Life caucus, I am very much aware of that and very concerned about it. But quite frankly, if we didn't spend the money, we wouldn't be arguing over whether or not the prohibition will do any good. Quite frankly, I do not believe the prohibition language accomplishes what it really intends to accomplish. For instance, it is in the message, in the wording there, that if those who receive those funds do not spend it until the next fiscal year, they would not have the restraints on it. And besides, these organizations so often are international, that they're huge in scope, and if they don't use the funds for abortion, these funds get shifted around. But basically, it's very clear to me that the program shouldn't exist. We should vote down the appropriation or keep the appropriation as low as possible and quadrupling it from where we are today. If we do nothing, we spend $92 million. If we pass the H.R. 581 with the attempt to try to curtail the abortions, we actually quadruple it. But quite frankly, I do not believe that the language is strong enough to really prevent any of this money getting into the hands of the abortionists. And I yield back the balance of my time.
Time of the gentleman from Texas has expired. Gentleman from Pennsylvania.